Hello everyone, and welcome to another UK sim review. It's Friday again. I'm feeling much better, as you can hear. Yay! We're all good. Today we're going to have an old review, a really old one. This is for the Portsmouth Direct route add-on for Train Simulator. Obviously, you get used to my reviews by now if you're a subscriber, what we're going to talk about, what's included, is it value for money, etc, etc. Sort of a quick overview. What is it? It's the route down to Portsmouth. It encompasses all the way from Woking down to Portsmouth and Portsmouth Harbour. Includes stations like Guildford and the things on the way down there, if you're familiar with that route. I think it's Petersfield and a few others. What's included, what do you get, is it any good? It's set in modern day. You get 10 scenarios with the pack, and you also get the class 450 EMU, which is it's a quite nice little model, is that. I do like that. You might have seen the 450 as an extra loco on London to Brighton, but it's a non-playable one. I've seen it a couple of times at Clapham Junction, but you actually get it so you can drive it. So yeah, what is it? What do you get? What does the route entail? Well, in a very short while, I've included a route map, and I've actually done a flyover of the route as best I can. The initial gripe for me, I'll get it out of the way. It's my usual gripe with all Train Simulator add-ons, and it's the bloody missing scenery stuff. Why the hell do you do it to us, guys? So if you kind of take it at face value, it's 49 miles from Woking to Portsmouth Harbour. Fine, it's an old route. It feels like West Coast Main Line. It's good. It feels great. Obviously, the scenery's a little bit lacking as the route came out in 2012, so it's over 4 years old now. But if you look at the bloody route map, there's loads included on it. It's the top of the network is this massive sort of spider of routes that go here, there, and everywhere. And actually, one of the legs sort of would actually link up nicely with the London to Brighton route. I can't remember what station it is off the top of my head, but if you look at that top of the map, which will be appearing very shortly, not only you've got like Woking, but there's kind of like an extra way that you could go to get back down. There's like lines off here and there. Like I said, there's I like routes that overlap, and they can do scenery stuff. So there isn't a bit that goes from Woking to London, but there is this kind of leg that goes across the bottom, which takes you out towards the London to Brighton route. And actually, there is one of the stations on London to Brighton on here, but they've done the usual. If you go outside of it, if you can see it there on the right hand side there, that is off to the London to Brighton route. They've put all the time into putting all these lines in, but if you go a little bit off the actual London to Brighton line, the scenery just vanishes. It's like, well, why have you gone to all this trouble of adding all that extra track work and not included the scenery? And there's no add-on scenery pack, so it's not like the on the London to Ipswich route where you can go on Just Train's website and you can get the extra scenery, which takes you down to I can't remember the station, off the Manning Tree branch down to there, where the port is in that lot. It's really frustrating that they do that, because it's obviously there, the track work, and some of the stations are there. You can see it now on the flyover there, where they've just put the track work in, but there's no scenery, no trees. You get the odd little bit where things start coming back, and yeah, it's my usual gripe, and I'm going to shut up now because you guys are probably sick of it, and you've heard it in pretty much every other review where they've done this. Apart from that, what else do you get? So the other gripe is, this is a really, really old add-on. So yes, you get 10 scenarios for it, which I think is great. You've got quite a lot of playability straight out of the box. 10 scenarios, fantastic. However, being that you only get the Class 450 in the pack, you kind of only ever see Class 450s on the default scenarios, which is, it's the usual sort of, it feels like the apocalypse when you're driving around using the default scenarios, and you only ever see one type of loco, which is, that it gets a bit boring from that point of view. But there's a lot of potential in it. There's a couple of scenario packs from Armstrong Powerhouse, one set with slam door, one with sort of modern day stuff, and that certainly gives you a lot of extra mileage and scenarios and food for thought, because there's stuff with a Class 31, there's stuff with Class 66, there's 450 and all the other stuff. So I'll cover scenario packs in another review, but there are scenario packs out there if you want it, so that's really good. In terms of the line itself, I've tried to explore as much as I can. As you can see here, I'm flying about here, there and everywhere, having a look at stuff. It is predominantly passenger. There is kind of like an EMU shed. Do you want to call it that? Where the hell do they keep multiple units now? Anyway, depot, shed, whatever, engine shed, train depot, whatever, down at Portsmouth. But the rest of the line is predominantly third rail passenger stuff. But I'm quite happy with that. It's a nice section of line. 49 miles gives you a lot of time to enjoy the line. The scenery for an old route isn't bad. It's not going to be on par with sort of the West Coast Main Line Trent Valley. That looks amazing. It's not going to be on par with that because it's 4 years older than that. It came out in 17th of May 2012, according to the Steam store. But like I say, well, I'm going to say you get a lot for the money. You guys don't know how much it is yet. It's on discount. It's been permanently discounted. It's part of the Classic series now, I think it's classed as. And you can buy it in the store for $9.99, which I think is fantastic value for money. If you guys haven't got it, $9.99 gets you 49 miles and it gets you Class 450. And actually, if you want add-on packs for London to Brighton, I'm thinking the Armstrong Powerhouse ones, you need the Class 450, so you can pick up a full Class 450 for $9.99 and 10 scenarios on this route. So I like that. I think it's definitely worth picking up for $9.99. You can get it part of the collection pack, which has got loads of stuff in there for $24.99. Includes Class 66 in Freightliner, the Gemmel Class 90, the actual Gemmel route, Portsmouth Direct, Southwest Trains Class 444, and loads of other stuff. So there's packs out there now, which is super value for money if you want lots of stuff. I've already done a review of the London to Ipswich route, and I think it's great. So yeah, that's good. So yeah, it's an interesting line. There is sort of slow bits and fast bits. The bit into Guildford, I think it's got 15 mile an hour speed limit, and kind of lines merging and things like that. And I think for one of the older routes, this is probably one of the better of the older routes. I think West Coast Main Line North gives you that variety. It feels a bit sparse. This is probably slightly better done in terms of the scenery, but I think it's very good. $9.99. You'll come back and you'll play it quite a bit. So yeah, that is the Portsmouth Direct route. So as I've said, playability, yeah, 10 scenarios, great. I'm not a scenario creator, so you've got some stuff straight at the box that you'll have hours of fun with it. You get your Class 450. Variety is a bit poor. Like I say, it's one of the older routes with one loco, so you're not going to see anything else. value for money, £9.99. Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong. £9.99. You could do a hell of a lot worse as add-ons for Train Simulator. You get a loco with it, which is the 450, and you can use it for other stuff. Yeah, I would for £9.99. I think it's a no-brainer. Go out, buy it. You'll enjoy it. And on that note, I'm getting very close to the flyover end here. You can see there's Portsmouth Station, there's the harbour coming up, and the harbour station. We'll call it a day there. As usual, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video informative and useful. If you have, comment. If you haven't, comment. In fact, I'd rather hear from people who haven't found it useful. I want to make this channel as useful as possible. So yeah, let me know what you think. Things can only get better the more comments and feedback we get, and we aim to improve. There will be another review next week, same time, same place. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in a week's time. Bye bye.